This question is from Neha Mataji. She asked, Hare Krishna Guruji, is Vairagya equivalent to yoga? Thank you, Guruji.
In fact, Vairagya is needed to achieve yoga. So Vairagya means, Prabhupada is translated it as detachment. So that's what in the 6th chapter, the sloka number 36, Srila Prabhupada has translated Vairagya as detachment. So with detachment, when we practice, so that's what is very important. So we will achieve yoga. Yoga means we are not disturbed by the results. So that's what is yoga. The meaning of yoga means we are not disturbed by the results. So here Krishna is saying that in the sloka number 35. So it is vairagya. So abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyati. So vairagya means it is detachment. So that's what Prabhupada has translated. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji. Guruji, I have one more small doubt.
Yes,
you said that Krishna more emphasized on karma yoga rather than going for a sannyas. But living in this material world, how do we come to know that we are doing the right karmas or wrong karmas?
That's very nice question, Mataji. Very, very important question also. So anything we do, if we are not affected by the results, we are doing the right thing. So main thing is that we need to understand it, whether we are affected by the results or not. That's what is the question. So, and Krishna is saying that niyatam kuru karmatva. Niyatam kuru means niyatam karma. Niyatam karma means prescribed duties. And Krishna is also saying that dure nagi avaram karma. So keep all abominable activities at a far distance. So that's why dure nagi avaram karma. So that way, what is karma? Krishna is teaching us that we should actually consult this Bhagavad Gita. So this is the Shastra. So when we want to do something or not to do something, it has to be followed. The Shastra should be referred. So that's why Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Akarya Vivasito. So when we do or don't do, we need to just refer to this Bhagavad Gita. So for your question, so what exactly karma, what we should do, what we should not do, everything actually we will understand if you understand this Bhagavad Gita fully. Because when we study in Bhagavad Gita fully, there are so many things Krishna is saying, so many slokas. You do like this, do like that, do that, like that, many, many things. He was telling Arjuna. That means he was telling all of us also to do the same thing. So if we just do what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that is what is karma. If we do anything. So if we do anything other than what Krishna is saying, then it is not good for us. So we need to satisfy all the requirements. We need to just please Krishna by just following exactly what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So then we are doing the karma. So that way, whatever activity we are doing, we should actually right now, we should not be affected by the results. We should think that we are actually doing it for Krishna. So then we are doing it in the right direction. You understand that, Mataji?
Thank you so much, Guruji. There is still slight doubt in my mind. So for example, if if my mother wants something out of me and if I want to see her happy, and for that result, if I'm doing some activity, my end goal is her happiness, or maybe it can be somebody's misery. So how should I look at it then? How should I not get affected and just keep doing karmas?
Your goal should be only to please Krishna, to please make Krishna happy. That's what is very important. Here, if you want to try to satisfy each individual, maybe our mother or father or anyone, or boss at work or anywhere, because everybody is actually, if they are not Krishna conscious, if they are Krishna conscious, then it is really good. You can do whatever they do, you can do that because you are serving Krishna. You are trying to please devotee of Krishna, means it's also pleasing Krishna. So, but if they are not, if they are so much materially attached, anyone, so if we try to please them, so that means we are not pleasing Krishna. So our goal is here to only please Krishna. That's what is very important. If we please Krishna, everyone else will be pleased. So that's what is very important. So that way, we need to consult Shastra. Once you study and understand this Bhagavad Gita fully, and your goal itself will naturally, your goal will become that you want to only please Krishna. That's what our goal will become. So that way, anything other than that, like taking care of the parents or mother or anyone or even siblings, all those things are all responsibilities. You can do it as a karma without getting affected by the results. But your goal should not be actually try to please them, try to make them happy. Of course, they will be happy because when you do it for Krishna, you will do it everything in the right way, and you do whatever is needed. But at the same time, we need to make sure that it should not lead to material bondage. So that's what is very important. So anything, if we do it in this material way with our desires, then that means it will lead us to bondage. So that is not good. That's not good for anyone who is asking us to do. It's not good for us also to do, because that leads to bondage. Because Krishna is teaching us in the 3rd chapter, the yajnartat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Anything which is not done as an offering to Krishna is going to bind us to this well. So we should not do anything which is binding us. It should actually liberate us. You understand that, Mataji?
Millions of thank yous, Guruji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.